Hey everyone, it's Pat from Pat's Over Music. Thank you for joining me for another video. Now today we're talking about 3 tips or 3 top tips to be excited to practice, or 3 motivation tips, or 3 ideas, whatever. 3 ways to get you to practice more. That's what this video is all about. Now because I'm working from home and I'm a full-time teacher, this is what my studio normally looks like. I have to have a picnic basket to prop up the laptop for my Zoom lessons to see my students, and it is a nightmare. And because, as you can see, where I work during the day, where I teach my kids on Zoom, is the same place where I have fun and make videos with you and play music. Sometimes it's really hard for me to get motivated too. So these 3 tips are, they're things that I use myself every single day. So here's the tips and here's the time links if you've seen this video before, you want to skip through. I won't tell you what they are though, because hey, I want you to watch the entire thing. First tip number 1. Okay, so tip number 1, mindset. So it all starts with your mind. So before you even pick up the guitar, if you're not going in with a good mindset, you might have a bad practice experience. You might not like practicing. You might not even practice at all. So tip number 1 is mindset. Now what I'm talking about when I say mindset is just thinking that every time you pick up the guitar, you are actually getting better. Now sometimes in life, you have this dream for yourself when you think, all right, well I'm here, but I want to be this good. I'm taking too long. I'm not getting there. I don't know what to do. And you can beat yourself up and you think, oh, I'm not getting anywhere. Music's no good, I can't play, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. It's all about mindset. Every time you pick up the guitar, you are getting better. And every time you pick up the guitar, I promise, there's other people out there in the world that wish that they could play guitar as good as you, that wish that they could play guitar at all. Maybe physically they can't. Maybe they can't afford a guitar. So every time you pick up the guitar, go into the mindset that yes, you are actually getting better, and any of your favorite musicians in the world, whether it's John Petrucci from Dream Theater, whether it's Tommy Emmanuel, the acoustic guitarist, Joe Satriani, James Hetfield, whatever, they all started at the same level that you are now, and they put in the hours and the effort to get there. So mindset, you have to believe that every time you're going to pick up the guitar, you are going to get better. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, what do you practice? All right, so you've got a good mindset, you're ready to practice, but what do you practice? So I'm going to cover all of that right now. If you're not sure, if you're just starting out guitar, in the description of every single video are playlists. If you want to learn theory, or if you want to learn everything about guitar and writing your own songs, those are the playlists in this description right now. They're there in every video. If you forget, the next video that you watch of mine, they're still going to be in there. But what I would be practicing if I was just starting out is as soon as I pick up the guitar, I would want to learn someone else's song, whether it's a chord progression, whether it's a fun riff, something like that, right? A chord progression or a riff. So that would be the first thing that I would want to do. I'd pick up the guitar and I'd watch someone awesome like Justin Guitar or Marty Songs or something like that, and I'd learn how to play a song. That would be number 1. The next thing I would do is I'd work out, all right, well what chords do I need to practice? I know D major, great. But do I know other chords? Do I know A major? Do I know all of my minor chords like A minor, G, G minor, E, E minor, C, C minor? Do I know all of those chords? So I would spend some time practicing chords. Now that might just mean that you play a chord and you make sure every string rings out nice. It might be that you're up to bar chords. Chords, that would be my next thing. After chords, it would be not scales just yet. It would be just understanding what notes are on the neck. So I would be looking back at some of the theory videos that I've made, and I'd be like, all right, well here's an E. I would be finding the E's all over the neck. That's what I would be doing, because that means, all right, well you're starting to understand the entire neck. So that's what I would do. So riffs, chords, learning the neck. Once you've learnt the neck, scales, that's what I would be learning too. And from scales, I'd then go into soloing, and then I'd go into writing my own songs. But that's just me. Look at all those different ideas. You've got heaps. Learning other people's songs, chords, then maybe learning some solos, learning the neck, all of that different stuff, and writing your own songs. Heaps of ideas. That's what you should practice. Every time you pick up the guitar, all of those ideas. Done. Alright, tip number 3 is setting a reminder to practice. Now, does this happen to you? You wake up, and you're running late for work or whatever, and you grab a coffee and something's not right, and then you fall over and you stubbed your toe and you're having a bad day, and then your boss wants this, and you're like rah rah rah, and you get home and you're the wife or something and the kids, and then you want to play a video game, you want to hang out with your friends, but something else is going on. Suddenly it's the night time and you're tired and you just want to sit down and watch something or just relax. And the guitar's been sitting there, it's been waiting, it's been calling out for you. Pat, play me. Hey, does that happen to you? So what works really well for me, the best for me, is using Google Calendar. So I'm going to show you my Google Calendar now, just for the day that this is being filmed on, and have a look. There's music practice in there. Now I like to practice a little bit in the morning and a little bit at night. Practice whenever you can, whatever fits your schedule, but write it in a calendar, whether it's written in a book, whether it's written down on the fridge when you come home and you see it, or near your door, or whether it's in something electronic like Google Calendar. Now, the reason I like Google Calendar, I've said Google Calendar so many times, sorry, is because an hour before you're supposed to practice, it sends you a notification, whether it's an email or it comes up on the phone, so that I can see, oh, yeah, it's time for me to practice. I won't forget, right? Because it's in my calendar and I have to do it. So that's it really. Those are the three things. So 1, having a good mindset before you even pick up the guitar. 2, knowing what you're going to practice. And 3, putting a reminder up in your calendar to make sure that you do actually practice, because hey, life gets busy for all of us. Now bonus 1, number 4, I do get asked this a lot as well. How often should I practice? I get asked that all the time. I'm going to say as much as you can. So I would say it's way better to do, let's say, 10 minutes every day, to wait till the weekend and do an hour and a half only on the weekend. The reason why is when you're learning an instrument, all right, well, a lot of it's muscle memory, right? So you're gonna need to be training your body to learn those muscle memory skills. So if you're only doing it on the weekend, well, then you're missing out on 6 different days of where you could be remembering the muscle memory. So even if it means 5 or 10 minutes every day, or 5 or 10 minutes every second day, I think it's better to practice more frequently or more often than one massive practice session during the weekend or when you can. And see, the weekend gets busy and then you're like, oh, I missed that practice session, I'll have to do 3 hours next weekend. Who has 3 hours up their sleeve? You know what I mean? So just practice 5 or 10 minutes every day if you can. If that means bringing your guitar to lunch with you at work, if that means practicing in the morning before you leave the house, do what you can. The point is, you're not going to get better unless you put in that time, hey? If you want to know more and if you want to ask me what you should practice or anything like that, hit me up on my social media. But that's it for this video. So hopefully you've learned something. Let me know what you are going to practice today or tomorrow. Hey, leave a comment below. Otherwise, I'll see you for another video very soon. Thanks for watching.